Now vindicated, Dershowitz has been outspoken that Andrew should never have settled and is now urging him to contest the settlement. And I'm delighted to say that Alan Dershowitz joins me now live from Florida. Alan, so great to have you here, and there's so much to unpick in this matter. So you have now been exonerated. Giuffre lied about you. Do you think she is a liar, and is it possible that she also lied about Prince Andrew?
Well, this certainly is relevant to any effort he makes to try to reopen the case. There are other relevant facts, too, and that is, remember that she said under oath that she was a resident of Colorado, and that has been doubted and questioned as well. And so there are many, many possible ways for the prince to reopen the case. Her recognition about me, you know, she now says, here, I put it on I have a book about this called Guilt by Accusation, and the cover now says, I now recognize that I may have made a mistake in identifying Alan Dershowitz. You know, that in and of itself, obviously, is relevant, but it's not the only thing. I was very disappointed when the prince decided to settle the case. I understand there may have been pressure on him. I was hoping he'd go forward and use all the evidence in the case to demonstrate the truth of what happened to him. Look, I wasn't there. I don't know what happened. I don't know the size of the bathtub or anything else. But I wish there had been litigation, and I wish the whole truth had come out at a trial rather than in a settlement, which may very well be reversed by the royal family.
So a couple of specifics. You're obviously the lawyer for a period for Epstein. Do you accept that Giuffre was a victim of Jeffrey Epstein?
I don't know. I don't know. I never met her. I never heard of her. I have no idea. That's between her and Epstein. I know she was not a victim of me, and she now recognizes that she may very well have mistaken me for someone else.
But she tried to ruin your life, Alan. She tried to destroy you.
She succeeded in destroying much of my life. I was, you know, one of the most sought-after speakers on college campuses in the world. I was called by a newspaper America's most prominent and Jewish advocate for Israel. That all stopped when...
Yeah, you were destroyed. Your reputation was trashed internationally. And the reason why I'm asking this, because, of course, you are now completely vindicated. The reason I'm asking this is that many folk, including me, were very quick to rush to judgment of Andrew, because he made this ludicrous decision back in 2011 to go and spend 4 days in New York with Epstein, which was just so stupid. It was not the behaviour of a royal. But now that we see what Giuffre did to someone like you, an innocent man, we're going back and thinking, hang on a moment, has she now done the same thing to the Duke of York?
Well, I think the media has largely failed in its responsibility in the Me Too movement. You know, women must be taken seriously, and their charges must be taken seriously, which means they must be investigated. And the media doesn't today investigate false charges. They're afraid of being called victim shamers. They're afraid of being attacked. And so what happens is that women are not being taken seriously. Their accusations are not considered the way accusations made by other people are considered. And the media failed in its responsibility to look hard at all the background of all the accusers in the Me Too movement. Many of them are accurate. The Me Too movement has done an enormously effective job in really exposing predators, but it has also caused a lot of false accusations.
Yeah. Indeed. Indeed. And perhaps Andrew is one of the victims. Alan, do you know Prince Andrew personally? Because I'm told that you have been assisting him. I don't know whether you're assisting him directly or assisting him via intermediaries, but can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure, I met him 3 times. He came to my class at Harvard criminal law. I was introduced to him by the Lady and Lord Evelyn Rothschild, and I was invited by the British Consul General in Boston to have a dinner with him, with my wife, and I don't consider him a friend. I don't have his phone number or his email, but I would like to help the truth come out in any way I can.
So you think he's innocent?
And for falsely accused people, anybody who has doubts about the accusation, I would like to help to make sure that there's a deep inquiry into the truth. The truth is what's important, not accusations. That's why I entitled my book Guilt by Accusation, because today...
Which is such an important point. And we see it happening time and again. We see it happening time and again. But look, you are one of the world's top legal minds. I know you can't know for certain, of course you can't. But from what you've seen, knowing what you know about Giuffre and knowing Andrew personally, do you think he could be innocent?
Well, I think he should try to reopen the settlement. Remember, there are many grounds for reopening a settlement. Fraud on the court, a previous agreement that wasn't satisfied, any kind of misleading or misconduct that led to the settlement could avoid it. And I would hope he would fight very hard to try to void that settlement. Remember, the settlement does not contain an acknowledgement that he's guilty. It does contain, obviously, lots and lots of money. Don't know exactly, none of us know exactly how much, but a lot of money paid, but that could have been as a result of pressure from the royal family. So I would hope it gets reopened. I would hope ultimately there would be a trial and the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth would come out.
And are you assisting Prince Andrew in any way?
No, his lawyer, a superb lawyer, Blair Burke, is my former student, and I consider her a friend. And we've talked about lots and lots of cases over the years, including this one.